Give me yourself. You're all I need. Give me yourself. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Because, I did I come on today? Tomorrow? I don't remember. How y'all doing? Listen, Janice, where you at? What you been doing? Girl, I am obviously busy. I wore my very special shirt for you guys this morning. I miss you guys, but remember 2022. I told you I'm stepping back just a little bit from YouTube because I have to get these books done. And so for the last 2 days, I've been just in the bed, girl, just writing. I'm almost done. I have to get this book to my editor this week in hopes to get it to you by February, by Valentine's Day, because I'm writing about how to date and the guys I dated, and you will see why I drop them, girl. You can't fix them. Happy Tuesday again. Married at First Sight, season 14. As you can tell, I'm over Married at First Sight. I'm over it. But finally, yesterday, while I was taking breaks, doing other stuff in the house, I did watch. When I was loosening Alexia braids, I was watching. I took a break and cleaned up my closet. My husband was like, baby, what's going on over there in that corner? My closet was just messy. So while I took breaks, I would write, take breaks, watch, clean the closet. And so I finally watched it, and I'm over Married at First Sight. But anyways, I want to thank you for your love and support. Thank you for those of you who's picking up my new baby, Take Your Cookie Off the Table, available on Amazon and on Barnes & Noble. Did anybody get on Barnes & Noble yet? Let me know. Thank you for those reviews that are coming in. And remember, if you are a paid member over here, please message me so I can send your book in the mail. And remember, please move on over to Patreon. Because over in Patreon, I can talk to you one-on-one. I'm talking to my cousins over there one-on-one in Patreon. So please move on over, to Patreon. Okay, Married at First Sight, I watched. And last week, episode, we saw, or was that the first episode? Girl, I don't remember. Lindsay and Mark got married. Okay, and I think I said, I don't know, I don't remember, and I don't have time to watch the video, but I know some of you will remind me what I said. I think I said these two can work. I can really see them work. Okay, Lindsay and Mark. And the reason why they can work is something I am so against. I do not recommend it. But I think they can work for the wrong reason. I think Lindsay and Mark can work for the wrong reasons. I like the dress. I know a lot of you didn't like the boob. I didn't like the boob, but I like the dress. And let me just say, 4 weddings, and I have not been wow with a dress yet. I just have not. This is the first season. Usually I am wow with these dresses, and I'm just not. But Lindsay and Mark got married, and I think they can work. And I do not recommend this. Do not recommend this. Okay, I do not recommend, and I think they can work because they're both trauma bonding. It's the same thing with Miles and Karen, and I know y'all hate for me to say that. I know you hate it, but I'm 99.999% right most of the time. And with trauma bonding, soon as somebody gets healed, aka Karen, then it's like. But for these two, I can really see them working. They also remind me of AJ and Stephanie. Katina and Olu also remind me of AJ and Stephanie, but I'm going to come back to them. They remind me of AJ and Stephanie. I think they both need to go to counseling, but I really can see them work. It's just something about them that says they can work. I also have some rumors about her. I'll come back, girl. I've had it for 2 weeks, girl. I'm just over Married at First Sight. But anyways, at first I was like, why would they match the experts match a man whose mother and grandmother is in the nursing home with a nurse? She's going to get overwhelmed with it. But then she tells the story of her mother who has abandoned her, right? So her mother has abandoned her, He has a mother that he's caring for and taking care of. And I think she's gonna swoop right in and be right at home and get all the love and the attention and the affection she's been Stephanie's been needing. But I also think that Mark can have some kind of stability to her. I think they're both crazy. Okay, not mental crazy. Let me clarify that. But they're both high strong. They're both crazy. Okay, they're both the life of the party. And I can see these two working. Okay. The next couple to get married is Jasmina and Michael. I love Jasmina, but first of all, I don't think these two are going to work out. Let me tell you why. She's Jamaican, he's Haitian. The two shall never come together. Because the Haitian brothers and sisters, they feel like they're not a part of the Caribbean islands, right? For those of you who are from the islands, it's a big thing in the islands. The Haitian people, they think they're not a part of the Caribbeans, okay? And she's Jamaican, feisty. I can see it in her because I'm from Jamaica, okay? But I came here when I was 12, and I just think that Michael comes off as somewhat arrogant. He actually looks better without the beard. I think he's wearing the beard to make up for him being a short and Napoleon. Okay. But I think he looks better in the beard. He should have shaved it off. I hate his beard. It looks ugly. But you know what I got from him from his interview with his family and stuff? He comes off as somewhat arrogant. He comes off as a know-it-all. And he also comes off like he's, like I'm the shit, basically. Okay. He presents himself like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And I don't think that's because he's a short man, all the short men have these complexes. Okay. If they're short, forget it. They have something they have to make up for. And, they just have to prove to the world. And, they're the best. They're Barack Obama or something. And, and I just don't see her. I just don't see her putting up. And didn't the family say she's a firecracker? Listen, black people, do you hear the white people refer to their family members as firecracker and aggressive and what did they say about Brianna? Oh, I was so disturbed, girl. Do you hear the white people describe their girls like that? So why y'all keep describing these black women with these crazy names? Huh? Why? So I just don't think their personalities are. I'm not even going to look at their foundation. I just think their personalities are going to clash. Haitians and Jamaicans don't go together, boo-boo. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to work. I think they're going to be clashing a lot. But, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just thinking about all the things he said. And I just don't think, and I think she's going to feel like she's settling. I don't know, child. I just was watching and thinking. The next couple to get married is Olu, and I was excited to Alowan. Lord, I got the name last night in my head and it went out again. I wanted to watch this couple because so many of you guys have had so many complaints about him. He wanted a woman that cooks every day. I am all for a man wanting a woman that cooks every day. I don't understand what was the big hoopla about it and why y'all yelling and screaming and fighting on Facebook about it. I just don't understand. If a man wants a woman who cooks every day, that is his prerogative. I'm all for it. It ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be Sister Janice. Okay, Sister Janice ain't cooking every day for nobody. Okay, but I'm all for it. If that's what he wants, I think he should find a woman who is okay with cooking every day. However, there needs to be some trade-off. Is she going to be staying at home, taking care of the home and the kids? So you're going to be providing a very comfortable life with her, not her living way below what she's used to and her comfort level. I just want to know. So at the wedding, they made sure, the family made sure that Ola had in there that he likes a home cooked meal every day. And then she was like, so I need to go back and watch because I thought she said she liked to cook. Didn't Katina say in her previews that she likes to cook? Or am I mixing up Katina and Jasmina? And is Katina from the islands? Is she Jamaican? Because I hear a lot of Jamaican words. And that girl, the big boned girl that came in, I was like, oh girl, she Jamaican. Because I could pick the Jamaicans out, okay? Haitians, Africans, Jamaicans, I can pick them out of a lineup them, and I can pick each of them out. So the girl, I think she's from Jamaica too, or she descended or something. Um, Katina, they remind me of Stephanie and AJ. Okay. Because when she was looking at him like this, I know she was thinking, Lord, he talks so much. And then in her voiceover, she said, I don't know if I'm gonna be my words. I'm gonna be able to deal with his personality. It's overwhelming. He's too much. He was just talking too much. So ladies, pay attention to the man who talks too much about them, and they never allow you to talk or get a word in. And you know what I thought about at this point? I think Katina is the type of woman that should be with a man of a higher caliber. Come on, somebody. Higher caliber, okay? Higher caliber. I think Ola is not the caliber of men she should be with. But they remind me of AJ and Stephanie. And she's 30. Okay, 30. Them eggs are crying, screaming. I know, because she said it. She said, I'm 30. I need to have my babies. And I think because of that, I think Katina might be the poster child for the good girl, bad boy poster child. And I think they're going to be like AJ and Stephanie, where Katina's feel like, well, this is the best I can do, and I might as well just go ahead with it. I feel like that's what's going to happen with them. I don't dislike him. A lot of you guys dislike him. I was paying attention to everything he was saying. I just think that he was talking too much, and he needs to learn to be a gentleman and not talk too much, and learn to let somebody else talk. But that's that childish immaturity. He's 29. He's immature. He's still a little boy. But I didn't see anything bad about him. I was really paying attention because so many people are complaining about him. But I didn't hear anything because I listen. That's how I knew. I knew Gil said I want a low maintenance woman right there. He's a dusty. He's a dusty from just because he said that. So I have been listening, and I have not heard anything that will turn me away from Olu. I don't dislike him, but I don't necessarily love him, but I don't dislike him like a lot of people dislike him online. So because I didn't hear anything. I'm fine with him wanting a wife that cooks. He just needs to find a wife that wants to cook every day. And if she's going to be cooking every day, then there needs to be some trade-offs off of it. But I didn't hear anything. But I do think she is going to be the poster child for the good girl, the bad boy couple. I think they're going to use this couple to see this couple worked out, and you can work out. She's a good girl, he's a bad boy, that good girl bad boy thing. But I think they're going to be like Stephanie and AJ, where she's going to just be his mother and train him. And like AJ was like a toddler, and Stephanie had to keep on staying on, mamas, you've had a little boy. I think that's what this is going to be. And I think she's going to settle for him just because her eggs are crying and she feels like she can't do any better. But I do believe Katina should be with a higher caliber of man. I just don't think Olu is the caliber of man she should be with. Okay, I just feel that way just from watching. Okay, who else got married? Okay, this couple, they're getting ready for the marriage. Okay, ended here. I actually like Noi. I like her. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God. I sat up in the bed, girl. I was like, oh, I like her. I hope it works out for her. Steve, no jobs. I don't think Steve is broke. And I've said this before. I don't think he's broke. And I'm going to say something and I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of you are going to be upset with what I'm about to say. Steve is not from the demographics of people who is okay with being broke. Steve is not Gil the Dusty. Steve is not from the demographics of people who are okay with being unaccomplished and unestablished and is okay with having nothing in their bank account. That being said, I thought about it and I listened and I said, I don't think Steve No Jobs is broke. First of all, he's in IT. He said he's a freelancer. So even though he might not have a 9-to-5 job, he's freelancing. So that means he's making money on the road and he's in IT sales engineer, something. Let me tell you, my husband is in sales. Sale people, they run them down to give them jobs. So I'm going to go out on a limb. You know, I always come back and apologize and say, girl, I was wrong. You know, like Ready to Love, I was ashamed, girl. I was so ashamed. I was hiding my face. I wore a paper bag over my face. But I don't think Steve is broke. And broke. What is broke over here? Paycheck to paycheck. He don't have a paycheck. But I don't think he don't have any money in his bank account. I think Steve No Jobs has a great savings and he's living off of his savings. And he probably got unemployment for the year and a half or however long they got the unemployment. And he's freelancing, and I don't think he's broke. I don't think he's a Dusty. I know y'all started calling him a Dusty, but I have not heard anything from Steve yet that says he's a Dusty. He's well spoken, he's well educated, and out of all the men, I was listening to him talk. Out of all the men, I feel like he is the most mature, he is the most well spoken. And he comes off like a gentleman. He is very calculated. I was listening to him talk. I was like, I like Steve No Jobs. Okay. I like him, but I have not heard anything that Steve No Jobs has said yet to make me think he's a Dusty. And again, he is just not the gills of the world that is okay with having no money in their bank account. I think Steve No Jobs is sitting on a nice savings. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and say this for my girls that's dating for marriage. Remember, money is important because why? He is to provide. In my book, 23 Tasks of Guys, I shared about my list. I think I need to just go ahead and write the book on my list. And it's important for a husband to provide and to protect. So now, because ladies, because we are living in a pandemic, we have to date differently. What does dating means? To gather data. So pandemic is 2 years. It's been 2 years. Am I right? This is year number 2, right? Unemployment went to September of last year. So they got unemployment for a year and a half, right? So now, brother, what you been doing? Okay. So ladies, the way you ask this question, if he say I've been laid off because of the pandemic, you ask him, well, how long was you working down at Frank's Fried Chicken? Oh, I was at Frank's Fried Chicken for 2 months. Oh, 2 months before the pandemic. Okay. Where you worked before Frank's Fried Chicken? Okay. Before that, I was working at Kelly's pork chop. Okay. And how long did you work at Kelly's pork chop? I was there for 3 months. Okay, 3 months, girl. Okay. And where you were before that? Well, because that hasn't even added up to 6 months. And before that, I was down at Johnny League. And how long? I was only there for 3 weeks. Girl, run for your life. Run for your life. Well, that ain't somebody you need to waste your time talking to. Now, let's talk about Steve. Steve, so what do you do for a living? Well, I got laid off before the pandemic. Oh, wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, how long were you at your job before? Oh, I was there for 10 years. Oh, 10 years. How many of you know that that's a working record? Right? He was there for 10 years. I don't know if he was there. I'm just using him as an example. He got laid off because of the pandemic. How many of you know that is different than Pookie Ray Ray Tyro, who's had 3 jobs in 6 months? That means they can't hold a job. Steve, on the other hand, can hold a job for 10 years and was laid off because of the pandemic. So you say, Steve, so what are you doing now? Where, right now I'm freelancing and I'm trying to get back on my feet. Okay, so then, ladies, as you continue to date and gather the data, you need to try to find out how much he's bringing in for the freelance. Because I know people who freelance and they make more money than me. Okay, they make more money than me. So now, ladies, because of we're living in a pandemic, when we're asking about the job, we just have to date differently. So I really like Noy. I like Steve. I'm not picking up anything about this couple yet, other than she came from a struggling family. She's same place from the I don't want to say the concentration. What's the camp? Refugee camp. Please forgive me, y'all. Refugee camp. And so she had a very rough upbringing. So, I was questioning, why would they match her with a man that has no job? But then I thought about it. He might not have a job, but he might have a very nice, healthy, and wealthy savings. So it's going to be interesting for me. I'm going to be paying attention to see how much Steve No Jobs have in this bank account and how much is he getting from his freelancing and what is his vision of providing for a family. Because he talked about kids, then honey, you need money for kids. Okay, my little boy, it was just Christmas, it was just birthday. He made a list yesterday. Those magazines you get with all the toys. 92. He circled thing and then he wrote the number down. He came downstairs, Mommy, I have 92 things for you and Daddy to get me. 92. I said to him, Little Michael, you just had Christmas and birthday. Oh, no, that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. Here's my paper of 92 things I need for you and Daddy to buy me. So you can't be broke having kids. Last couple that didn't get married is going to get married tomorrow is Alyssa and Chris. And I said this from there. They're not going to work. Alyssa asked for a man with nice teeth. I'm sorry, his mouth is jacked up. And when a woman, Alyssa reminds me of myself just from what I've heard from her, when a woman specifically asks for nice teeth, the teeth's got to be right. Me personal, that is one of the first thing I look at a man. How you're doing? I'm shaking and looking at his teeth. If it's jacked up, raggedy, gold caps, goodbye. I don't have anything to talk about. I ain't interested, okay? Now, Alyssa, to me, I don't know, but just from her videos and the way she speaks and her mannerism, you can tell this girl came from some money. She not broke, okay? I can tell. And then she picked out 10 wedding gowns. I don't have a problem with it. Why y'all mad at her? Is she spending your money? I don't have a problem with it. If you want to pick out 10 wedding gowns, hey, girl, if you have the money, go ahead. Now, if you told me you put it on your credit card, then I'm going to be looking at you crooked, okay? Some people have to do that. My wedding gown, I went to everywhere and I could not find a wedding gown for myself. I went to New York. I went everywhere. And finally, I went back to David's Bridal, and this Black lady, I said, do you know anywhere else I can go? And she said, go to Kenilworth at this place. And I went, you have to call and make the appointment. And I told the lady what I wanted, and she picked out 10 gowns and had it on the thing for me. You've gone to get your dress. And I kid you not, it was a room where I walked in and I said, that's my dress right there. I didn't even look at the dress. I just knew it. That's how I picked out my dress. It was 10 dresses on the thing. Max was $10,000. My max was $10,000 for the wedding gown. And I walked in the room. I said, that's my dress. And that's the dress. That was the dress. Okay. Because I am one of those modest church girls, okay? And I wanted it to be sexy, but I don't like the altar top, my whole boobs and my whole back up here out. I don't like that. Not for me. For my wedding gown, okay? And so That was the dress. And I picked it out. It had a little jacket to it. And that was the dress. So I'm okay with her getting 10 dresses if that's what she wants. I can tell just from Alyssa's just the way she speaks, her mannerism, the things that she say. This girl got some coolness. She gave her, and I know somebody's gonna say, well, why all that money couldn't help her find? Do you know that most successful women are single? Because they cannot meet a man who's up to their caliber. Did you know that? So, and this is in the previews now. This is in the preview. She said, oh, he got to have nice teeth. And then they show us Chris with his raggedy mouth. Now, I like Chris. He's a very nice young man. Also, he's very calculated. He's like, if you work out, he work out. If she like me, she like me. And the best thing is, I might like her, but she might not like me. And I'm like, you're in real estate and you're making videos. Why haven't you gone to fix your teeth? Sir. Now, a lot of people in the group are saying, I don't like excuses. Y'all got excuses for everything. Okay? Which dentist was he going to? Because see, I had a black African woman that she didn't play with that. She didn't play. The girls at my job hated her. And a lot of us went to the same dentist's office because it was 15 minutes from the job. And they would take us. Okay, they have had a lot of our accounts for our dentistry. And the other girls, they hated her. You know why they hated? They would only go to see her when they have a cavity or when their teeth broke. And she would cuss them out. You only come see me when your teeth is busted. So when they were crying and complaining about, but they would go get her, they would go see her to get their teeth fixed because she would do such an excellent job. I was going every 6 months. Because I can't be walking around with no raggedy mouth, and I want a man that has a nice thing. Y'all see my husband? Oh, beautiful. Okay. And then she was my dentist for I don't know, about 15 years or something until she moved and started her own practice. You see my husband's teeth, child. Nice, pretty white teeth. I wouldn't have married him if he had some jacked up mouth. So I'm just wondering, Chris is in real estate, right? Chris, hasn't your dentist or anybody say to you, go and fix your teeth? Chris looked like one of those guys from down south in the bushes in the woods that's never seen a dentist. I'm sorry, but I like him. I really do like Chris. It's just unfortunate that I just don't think Alyssa is going to like him. And he comes off as poor. He just Paul, and I didn't like his suit. I did not like Chris' suit. He just seems like one of those guys that should not wear a suit because you can't wear a suit. You have to know how to wear a suit. And I think Olu had the best suit on and wore this suit the best. But the previews for these is going to come out tomorrow. She just not going to like him. I think because his mouth is busted. He comes off as poor. And I don't know if he's a struggling real estate person or what. And I'm wondering, bro, you're on the camera every day. Why haven't you gone to get your teeth fixed? Now, my teeth is not straight. My top teeth, straight. But my dentist said, no, I was fine. She said, no, you're fine. But my daughter, who was sucking her thumb, she was, So I waited right till when Lexi hit 17 for her to stop sucking that thumb. And then, the insurance only pays before 18. And my daughter got braces and what's the thing, retainers. And after I paid for 3 retainers, I said, no more. I'm not paying for any more. I would find them in the laundry, in the dryers, okay. So Alyssa, you can tell this girl comes from money. Child, she not gonna be with the wannabe. He looks like the broke farmer. But I like Chris. I like him. I really, let me just say, surprisingly, so far, this is episode 2. None of the guys have said anything that made me look like, like last season with the Dusty. Okay. So far. The only thing is this one here. He comes off a little arrogant to me, but I'm gonna watch him. Maybe it's just nervousness, maybe it's the camera. And I think this Jasmine, her family's right. She's a firecracker, and I don't think he's gonna be able to um maintain her. All right, so that's just what I got from the episode I watched. Am I gonna watch tomorrow? Well, today's Tuesday, and I'm just doing last week's episode. I don't know. I'm tired about it. I'm tired. But I still love you. I adore. Let me know what you think. What do you think about what I got? Did you get some of those things? Are you feeling some of those things? And Katina, I think Katina should be matched with a higher caliber of a man, but I think she's going to be the poster girl for good girl, bad boys. All right, I love you. I'm going to remember to show me love with my books. That's all I ask. My books, and come on over to Patreon, please, so I can talk to you one-on-one and send these books out to you. 23 Types of Guys is also available. Moments of Gratitude is available. In Christ I Am is available. I love you. I adore you. I will see you later. My t-shirts are also available on Etsy. 10 Years a Girlfriend, Wisdom Journal. I need reviews, babes. Thank you. Love you. Bye.